Magnus is just around the corner with the books. Here we go. So the books are now here. So let's go, let's open this. Madeline thinks he is the star of the show, but he is not. Here it is. Oh my god. It's so pretty. Here it is. No, it really is here. Oh my god. Feels a bit unreal to see this in reality. I've been working on it for such a long time and now it's finally here. I'm so shaking. Here it is. I'm so happy. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sari and you are watching my knitting podcast videos, and in today's episode I'm going to be showing you my new knitting book. It arrived from the printer on Tuesday. I think I said that it was supposed to come on Monday, but there was some small delay. I was already calling my publisher early in the Monday morning asking where's the book, where can I get it, but it arrived on Tuesday. My husband drove to my publisher's warehouse in the morning and picked up my copies, so now I have my book here and it's every bit as gorgeous as I had imagined, and then some more. It's a bit unreal to see it actually in my hands. I've only seen like a mock-up version of this cover, like a computer-made picture of the cover, and I haven't, for example, seen this back of the book or the back cover. It looks like this, so it's really nice to see it actually in my hands. The front pages are beautiful brown, and then there's the also brown, matching brown ribbon, so you can keep track of where you are in the book. And here's a little bit of previews of the pages. Me, even though it's a bit fuzzy picture, but I love how Viola, who took the photos and also did the layout for the book, has already also taken these photos of Paris and paired them with my knits. This is one of my favorites from the book. It's the Aoide pullover, and like this one, there's no knits in these pages, but it brings you the feeling of Paris, and this is something that I'm going to show you in today's episode. The Calliope pullover, I have it here next to me, but just love the feeling of this book and this photo as well. This is also of the Arke colored scarf that I showed you in the previous video, and photos like this one. We took this photo in a little alleyway behind a very beautiful cathedral. So here's the photo of the three-tone pullover next to the Sacré-Cœur that I said that I realized that the pattern matches really well with all the windows. So I think this photo pairing is just perfect. And we decided to put all the charts. The charts are all at the back, so they don't take space in the main section, and also that the layout stays calm. And this is something that I wanted for the book, so the contents have a little picture of all the knits, so it's easy to find what you are looking for, and also to get a kind of like overview of everything that is in the book. When we started making this, we went to Paris to take the photos. I said to Viola that I want the book to kind of like, because the inspiration comes from ancient Greece and the ancient Roman art. There's a theme of ancient muses, and all the patterns are named after them. Also because the colorways of the yarns that I have used are very neutral, so I wanted to have the whole feeling of the book kind of like an art book, coffee table book, or something like a poetry book. I wanted it to have like this personal touch. How could I say? Like you're reading a diary. And one thing that I also wanted was to have some black and white photos, because I wanted the texture to be in the front and not the colors. So for example, I love this photo over here, so you can really see the cable texture in the pullover better than you would see it in a colored photo. So the texture really pops out. So I absolutely love this photo. It's super beautiful. And I also love how she took some very candid photos. For example, this one of Taika Tuuli, who was modeling for the book. She has her eyes closed in that photo, and there's also another photo like this one of me that I actually have my eyes closed. So I think that brings really nice feeling to the book. And there's one more that I wanted to show you. It's actually of the sweater that I'm wearing at the moment, the Calliope pullover. So it was this one. We actually have more photos from this same set, where I'm kind of like more looking into the camera, I'm posing more, but I love that Viola chose this photo of me, because it's kind of, like I said, it's very candid. It's like in midst of the movement. I have my eyes closed. I'm not kind of like not aware that she's taking a photo of me, so I really love those kind of shots. So it feels very personal. It feels kind of like you're reading somebody's travel diaries. So me and my friend went to Paris, and this is what we did there, rather than knitting patterns that are modeled. So that was something I wanted to knitwear to look like you're actually wearing them, rather than models standing and posing in them. And I think Viola really understood what I was looking for, and she took amazing photos. So they are so beautiful. The whole book is it's so beautiful. This is one of my favorite pages. This one, I absolutely love it. So this is the Neilo cardigan that I'm going to show you today. It's right next to me over here. So we have 6 more patterns that I haven't shown you yet from the book, so I'm going to show the rest of them to you in today's video. I also made pattern pages on Ravelry for each of the patterns, so you can browse them there before buying the book. So you can really see what they look like, you can see the sizes, you can see the yarn requirements and the yarns that I have used, gauge, needle size, all of that. They are listed on the Ravelry pages, so I will link everything that I mention in this video below this video. So in the description section there will be links from where to order the book. You can order it through my publisher or check out with your local yarn stores, because I know a lot of them are carrying the book. Some have already sold out, but there are more books coming, so the places that have sold out the book have ordered another shipment of it, so it should be coming to them very soon. And if your local yarn store or your bookstore doesn't have the book yet, you can always tip them about it and ask if they could order it. I was going to put in my Instagram stories a little question box, because everybody sends me messages all the time asking where they can get the book from, for example in Australia or South Africa or Canada. So I'm going to post a little question box in my Instagram stories today, so people can tell where they have bought the book, so I can make like a resource list, and I will post that on my Instagram stories and save it as a highlight as well, and update it as more stockists come. But I will start showing you the rest of the knits. So I have 6 more. I think I said in the first video that I had 7, and the next video, the previous video that I made, that I have again 7, that's 14. I have 22 knits in the book. And then I was feverishly trying to think, what are the missing 2 patterns that I can't come up with, because I only kind of like found 6 patterns that I haven't showed you yet. And then I went back to the first video and I realized that instead of showing you 7 knits, I showed you 9 knits in the first video, so that accounts for the missing 2 patterns. Anyway, the first video had 9 designs, the previous video had 7 designs, and now I have the last 6 designs. So let's start with this hat. This is the Nete beanie, and it's knitted from starting at the brim and worked towards the top, and it has this long ribbed edge, and you can see how neatly the cables transist, or the ribbing transits into the cables. And the pattern also has an option of making a shorter brim, so if you don't want to have a double folded brim, you can make a shorter brim. And for this one I used Brooklyn Tweed's Loft and Knitting for Olive's silk mohair, and you can make the bubble, or if you don't like bubbles you can of course always leave it out. I just used my leftover yarns for that. This is the Nete beanie, very classic, very versatile beanie, and of course if you want to have it in a totally different style, so this is knitted with kind of like these undyed yarns, so it's very natural. But of course if you substitute the yarns for something like this, the feeling of it becomes totally different. So I think it would look really nice. Like these are maybe blue as well, so you don't have to, even though I have chosen very neutral colors for the book, you can always choose colors that speak to you. I just posted a photo in my Instagram stories from one of my test knitters who had made the Aoide pullover that I have in like of white color, and she had made it in kind of like similar really pink color like this. I have to see if I can still find the photo, and I will share it with you as well. So that shows how different the pattern looks like just by changing the color. So the Nete beanie is one of the patterns in my book, and this is one of my personal favorites. This is the Neilo cardigan. Just close some of the buttons. So it looks like this, and this is kind of like the sister project to the Antiope cardigan, so it has very similar shape. So it's a raglan with all over cable patterns and moss stitch on the sides. Here you can see the sleeves, and it has both cables, and I love these twisted rib cables that I put on the sides. So this was knitted by my sample knitter. She is also called Sari. It's a very popular Finnish name. And I love the golden buttons that I chose for this one. So it's knitted top down with raglan shaping, and it has double folded button bands. So it looks very, very neat, and also double folded collar. And this was knitted with Labien Aimee, not Cory worsted, it was Wensley worsted, so it's very similar than the Cory worsted, but it's a lighter base, so the colors show brighter in this yarn base than the Cory worsted. I will write the yarn name, colorway name below this video, but this was the Neilo cardigan, and like I said, it's one of my favorites, and it's the one that Taika Tuuli was wearing in these photos that I said that was one of my favorite set of photos. It's this one over here. So this is another good example, like I said, that the colorways, the color scheme of the knits totally match the colors of Paris, so it wasn't hard to find like good photo spots. I have to show you one of my favorite spots. So we were actually, this was the first pattern that we took the photos on Taika Tuuli. When Taika Tuuli arrived to Paris to take photos with us, it was this one, the Urania cardigan, and we wanted to have Eiffel Tower in some of the photos because we were in Paris. And when we walked here, we walked past this place. It was, I can't remember the name of it, but this was some kind of art museum. Just a second. So it was this place, and because I wanted to have the ancient Greek art in the photos as well, and they had all these. I don't have them in these book photos actually. Well, here you can see a bit of it, but they were like this huge ancient style sculptures. So I said that I want to take photos here as well, and then we saw this huge relief wall, and then there was like water elements here, and when I started to look at the wall, I actually saw that there were the names of the Greek muses that I used for the book. So here you can, if you look very closely, it says Calliope over here, and here it says Melpomene, and all of these are patterns of the book So Calliope is the one that I'm wearing, and Melpomene is a sock pattern that I'm going to show you still today. And they were like all the names, Cleo and Urania, and all of them were in this ball, so it felt so very fitting to take the photos in that place. And then I have this little scarf over here, so I wanted to do something that you can knit up quickly between larger projects that you can also use for your single skeins and for like leftover yarns. So I used for this a yarn that I bought in Madrid Yarn Festival last winter from Lanivendole, and this is their I think it was called Stormy blend. It was a really beautiful fingering weight yarn, and I added Knitting for Olive's silk mohair, so it's a little triangular scarf that you can either wear just like around your neck like this, or in the book I'm showing you how to wear it as a head scarf, or I like to just casually throw it on one shoulder like this. So this is my favorite way to style it. And these little scarves are so versatile because they fit in your purse. You can wear them in multiple different styles. So this is called the Terpsichore scarf. So Terpsichore was the muse of dance. So I already have the laulu shawl. Laulu is the Finnish word for song. So I thought that dance would be a good pair for a similar little scarf. So this is knitted in very basic 2/2 cables, so just one type of cables in this pattern. So this is also a very beginner friendly way to start knitting cables if that's something that you want to learn how to make. And then this is actually, I mentioned in my previous video that I'm going to in this video show you the third pattern that I made for the book. So it's this one. So it's a very simple camisole. So this is something that I made. I needed this version, and I have it in another colorway as well. So this one has a slightly shorter front and longer back, and it also has a bit of A-line shaping. You can always leave the A-line shaping out if you want a straighter model, or if you want to have a more like fitted version, you can substitute the increases with decreases on the side, so then you can have more like V shape rather than A shape. So this was knitted in Knitting for Olive's pure silk. The colorway is called Haze. It's beautiful, kind of like purplish gray. So the yarn is held double for this one. And then I made another, this is knitted by my sample knitter Jessica, so she made me another version of the same pattern. This is knitted with Sandnes Garn Tynn Line, also held double. And here you can also see the difference in length for the front and back. And it's very simple. You start with the triangles, make all 4 triangles, then join in the round and work it in the round. Make the short rows for the hem so that the back is longer than the front, and then these are worked as I-cords. So this is very similar pattern as my sunset camisole that I made last spring. But the sunset camisole has the additional ruffle as well as a different kind of hem, so it doesn't have the high-low hem, and it doesn't have the ribbing in the hem either. But the shape is very similar. Then I wanted to have something simple in the book, so there's the Apollonis pullover that is very simple. I showed it to you, I think it was in the first video. So it was this one. This one, so it's very beginner friendly stockinette stitch, and here's another more simple pattern, so more like beginner friendly pattern. This is the Cleo pullover. Cleo was the muse of history. So you start at the back neck and then start increasing for the back. You can see here the increased line, then pick up stitches for the fronts and knit the fronts, and then join at the underarm, and after that the body is just straight, and it has been folded in my cupboard, so there are like the folding lines. I should have ironed it before I started to film. And then straight sleeves with some decreases and ribbing at the cuff, and has a beautiful funnel neck and twisted rib that I absolutely love. The yarns that I used for this, I used Givart Garn. I actually have the yarn over here. It's Kid Seta, this beautiful dark grey. And then I used Cami Levad Alpaca Merino. For it, it's a sportwear yarn. It's lighter grey, so I got this beautiful melange color for this that I absolutely love. I went to Copenhagen a year and a half ago, and then Camilla saw that I was there and she sent me a message if I wanted to go for coffee, and of course I said yes, because I have been a fan of her work and her yarns for years. So we went for a coffee, we had a really nice long chat, and then she asked if I wanted to have some yarn, and I said of course, I would be honored to knit with your yarn. And she dropped off some of her yarn at my hotel the next day, so I got the yarn from her, and I decided to use it for this Cleo pattern in my book. I know this is a sweater that I will be wearing a lot. I just have to still hold on until I have made the little book tour that I'm going to be making starting at Jyväskylä next weekend. So I'm going to TT2 yarn shop in Jyväskylä next weekend to show the book and all the knits and talk about how to make your own knitting book. And then I think it's a week after that, or no, 2 weeks after that, I'm going to be in Anna ja Eila yarn shop here in Helsinki, or it's actually in Vantaa, next to Helsinki. Also with the book knits, and also talking about bit about the inspiration, the photo shoot in Paris and so on. Then I'm planning to go to some other places. I would love to go to Berlin and to London and some other places as well with the book, but I will announce those when I get everything, the dates settled and the places settled where I will be going. I still have one more book pattern from the book, but there are the Melpomene socks. That's the last one, and I actually didn't have them with me in Paris because my sample knitter didn't have time to finish them before we had to go to Paris. So they are the only one in the book. So this is a secret, you're not allowed to tell this to anybody. They are not photographed in Paris, they are photographed in Helsinki. And I gave them to Viola, that she can take photos of them, and they are still with Viola. So it's these socks over here, and here's another photo. So I can't show you the actual socks because I don't have them with me, they are still with Viola. I have to ask her to give them back to me. But these are the Melpomene socks, and Melpomene was the muse of chorus and tragedy. Her name means to sing and the one that is melodious. So every muse name is explained in the book, so you can read about them over here. And They are knitted cuff down with this kind of like lace and cable pattern twisted stitches. And the yarn for this is Saya wool merino sock. The colorway is called Fog, Mr. Fog. And for size 2, use heavy fingering yarn such as Tuk wool sock or something like that. So that's everything from the book. I'm so excited to finally have it in my hands. It's so beautiful. I'm so happy about it. It's a bit different than my original vision. I have to admit that my original idea was to have kind of like more like studio photos, like more minimalistic setting, but when my publisher asked if I wanted to go and take the photos in Paris, that idea totally clicked, and I'm super happy we went there because it comes together beautifully. I think the Paris setting complements the knitting, and it's everything I could have dreamed of, and I really hope you are going to like the book as well. So yeah, thanks for watching this video, and like I said, I hope you enjoy the book. I hope you enjoy my videos. If you like my videos, remember to subscribe to my channel so you will always get a notification when a new video comes out. And next week I will film you a video showing you what I have been knitting lately, because some new things on my needles, and lately I have only been filming the book. So next video is about what I'm knitting at the moment. But until then, bye!